Hey, what's going on, folks? Bienvenue. My name is Wade, and we are not in the Sabine River Valley. I'm actually here in Louisville, Kentucky at the Equip Expo 2025, and right now I'm at the Solis booth, and I'm standing in front of a pretty cool tractor, and I'd like to show you around it and talk to you a little bit, give you some details on it. So if you don't know much about Solis, Solis has actually been making tractors for quite a while. They are made by a company called Solis, which is a company owned by ITL, and I believe it's an Indian company. And maybe you're not used to seeing this tractor here. This is the H24, and it's kind of a newer version of this. I believe it's going to be released in March of 2026, but this is pretty much the same tractor as the Summit tractor that you've probably seen a lot in videos online, and they're sold at big box stores, right? Well, this is the company that actually makes those, and this is their own brand, Solis. And that means with Solis, they're actually building their own tractors, which means that in 2, 3, or 5 years down the road, there won't ever be a concern about a relationship between the brand and the manufacturer. You'll never have to worry about being able to get parts for your tractor. But also, with Solis, you're getting a real dealer network, which you don't get with Summit. And though that network is young, it's just going to continue to grow and grow, and you're going to have more and more dealers become available to support you. And this is a 24 horsepower tractor, which is one of the most popular engine sizes in all the tractor world. And this one right here has some super nice features that I'd like to go over with you real quick. So the first thing I want to talk about is that this model comes with a 3-cylinder Mitsubishi engine, and it's a 2-range hydrostat. So it's going to be real easy for like loader work, dirt work. It's going to be a great tractor for that, really easy to use. If you're not comfortable with a geared tractor, the hydrostat is, something that really helps people get into the tractor world and makes that kind of an easy transition. So if you're new to tractors and you're looking for something, this would be a, really good model. This hydrostat model would be really good for you on that. Now, it's got a pretty comfortable seat with armrest. It's got a headrest on it here. It's really comfortable. And there's a lot going on here because there's a lot of options on this that really I was shocked when I saw this tractor. And what we'll do is we'll swing around to the back, and I'll kind of start talking about some of those. So here at the back of the tractor, the first thing I noticed when I walked up was this hydraulic top link sticking out. And I was like, okay, so we've got some hydraulics back here. So they're gonna have a set of rear remotes, right? But they've got it tied up with the hydraulic top link. Well, actually, they've got a dedicated set, really, for the hydraulic top link. And actually, you could take these out and probably use this, but they've got 2 more sets of rear remotes back here that you can use for whatever implements that you like. Now, the cool thing about that is I love a flail mower, right? I absolutely love ditch bank flail mowers, and I need 2 sets of hydraulics to control when it swings out and to control when it, angles in different directions. But also, I really like having a hydraulic top link to feather my cut height while I'm in the tractor. I don't have to get out and adjust that top link. I can do it right there on the fly. This tractor is the first 25 horsepower tractor that I have seen that is set up for me to immediately use a ditch bank flail mower right out of the gate. There's nothing, I don't have to go add another kit or anything like this. This model just has that, when you buy it, which that's, you don't see that, folks. You might see 1 set of rear remotes on a 25 horsepower tractor, but you never see multiple ones unless somebody's specifically gone in and had that added. And that is not an option on this. That is what comes standard with this model. So another cool thing back here is down here at the 3-point hitch. You've got your, traditional 3-point hitch down here, but on your stabilizer bars, you don't have turnbuckles. They're pinned in and you can adjust those. There's multiple places to change that with the pins, and there's also kind of a float, it looks like, float option for that if you want to use that for certain rear implements. So there are some super nice features back here with this tractor as it comes. No option needed for that, right? You also get a LED work light back here and, a little toolbox. Now this, you're not going to put much in this. It's plastic, it is what it is. But really, this is from using tractors now for a while, just having something to put a couple of tools, right? A crescent wrench, maybe some Zerk fittings, right, in there in case you break something out in the field, something like that. Just a small toolbox really does go a long way. So that's a really nice feature on the back of this. All right, so one more thing back here, right under this toolbox is this little silver contraption, and I was like, what in the world is that? Well, actually, this is a light. This is a light that shines down on your 3-point hitch area. So if you're late at night disconnecting or early morning connecting up, it actually helps you see what you're working with back here. It's a pretty cool option. Never seen that before. So just one, little thing to make this a little bit nicer. Also, you've got a trailer hookup. So if you're needing to power something back here that you're pulling, you've got that option there to do that. So right here next to the seat, you've got your 3-point arm controls, and you can lower and raise them. You can set a stop on these, you tighten that down, and then you can set your depth on that. But also you've got draft control on this model, and it also has a stop, so you can set that for your tractor. Right here, there's a controller for the top link, and it's got detent on it. So if you were going to be running a backhoe on the back of this tractor, this is going to be the connection that you want to connect that to. Right here on the side is the connections for the other 2 rear remotes back there. So these are spring back. So if you don't want to use detent on it, then these are the 2. One of these is the set that you would use on that. You've got your joystick that's right here off the fender. So it's not, forward on the loader. It's right here in a more comfortable position. This does have an option for a third function, and it is a diverter valve, but if you want to use a grapple, you want to use something up front like that, you're going to be able to do that if you go for that option on this. But it's right here in a very comfortable position, so this is just kind of a pretty comfortable area to work at with this tractor. So on this side of the driver's seat, you're going to have your range control. And then also, this model has, your rear PTO, but it also has a mid PTO. And I believe you can run both of them at the same time. So you've got controls for that, and you can select which one you're going to be in. You've also got a cup holder here. It's a large one, so you're not limited to small bottles. You could fit, something huge, a big, Whataburger. Y'all have Whataburger? You can fit the large Whataburger cup right here. You've got a USB connection. You have a regular 12 volt. So if you have one of those style adapters that you need to plug in, you can do that. And then you have a wireless charging right here for your phone. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I can keep my phone charged, and I don't have to plug it in when I get in, just drop it in there. So I find that to be a nice feature. You might not care, but some of you might actually like that, like me. So also on this model, you're gonna have a couple Bluetooth speakers here on the side, if you're interested in that. But you also have a canopy that comes with this model. So that's standard with it. The canopy has work lights on the front, LED work lights. It's also got LED work lights pointing back. So you've got work lights front and back. Super nice feature on a open station tractor that just comes with it. That's a great feature there. So another cool feature on these tractors is that they just come with your rear mirrors right here, right? Your side mirrors. So that's not something that you're gonna have to go out and try to figure out how to add or, you know, purchase magnetic ones. These are made, you know, they're part of the tractor. They move easy. So if you were to run into some limbs sticking out to the side or something, it's not gonna just take them off. It'll just move them, and you can very easily just, you know, put them back in the position that you want. So another thing that I want to talk about is down here on the side, you've got your valve for your loader, right? And this one actually, this already has a protection plate kind of built onto that. I don't know if you've seen some of these tractor models out there where everything is just exposed. Well, this actually has a plate right here. So if you're running over a branch, right, and it kicks up, it's gonna hit this plate, and it's protected here and behind it. So you're not gonna get a direct hit on your lines here. I've seen a lot of people have something break on this, or, you know, their connections actually, they get disconnected, right? Something hits this quick connect and it pops it off. Well, you've got protection for this already built into this tractor. And also, since this has that mid PTO, it does have a option for a drive over mower deck. So if that's something that you look for, right, in a 24 horsepower subcompact tractor, you're trying to mow a lawn with it, but you're also trying to get that tractor work out of it, well, this has that option for you. So here at the front of the tractor, we've got metal hood. We have LED lights on the front, and this one comes with a grill guard. So that's pretty cool. I do know, I was a little concerned about the big wide opening here, and I have been told that they're gonna close this up somehow, and they're gonna do it a little different when this finally releases, so that you've got more protection here. But it is coming with a grill guard, which is another nice feature. This is not an option. This is gonna be a feature built into this. Down here, if you got a diverter valve, right, for your third function, it's gonna go here, and you're gonna have protection for it. Again, they've already got this in place, ready to go to protect that when you add that in there. So right here behind the bucket, you can also see that it has a skid steer quick connect. So if you've got, you know, SSQA attachments already, you're gonna be able to use those. You don't have to worry about pinning anything in. You can go, it's just a universal, pretty much standard, right? It's real easy to go find those attachments. So if you need to get forks, you know, if you want to grapple, you want anything like that, all you need to do is get that skid steer quick attach version of it, and you'll be able to throw that on here really quickly. There's no pins or anything that you're gonna have to work with to get that attachment installed. So the loader also comes standard with a bucket level. So it's adjustable, and you can adjust it depending on if you've got a bucket or pallet forks on here. So whatever attachment you've got going, you can adjust this and know that it's level when you're using it. So a couple more things about the loader. First off, it's a self-leveling loader. A feature, not an option. That's a pretty cool feature. I really like that. If you're into putting up Christmas lights with your tractor, like me, a self-leveling loader comes in extremely handy. Another thing is that the loader is removable. So you got a pin right here. You don't have to worry about disconnecting brackets or anything like that to get the loader off. You just pull the pins and you'll be able to remove this. So that's another cool feature about this tractor. All right, right down here, you've got a nice floor mat. You got your 4-wheel drive controls, you got diff lock, it's hydrostat, it's got a left and right pedal. There's no treadle pedal or anything like that. You've got, the seat is adjustable. You've got your 3-point descent control. So you've got a lot of things going on right here. A lot of nice controls in this tractor that's easy to get to. You don't have to reach under the seat to get to it to adjust these. So it's set up pretty nice right here. So right down here under the steering wheel, you've got cruise control. So that's another feature on this tractor that's pretty nice. So if you're running a mower and you just want to set a certain speed and go and not have to keep your foot on the pedal, you're going to be able to do that. Another cool thing about this tractor is it comes with a 3-year bumper-to-bumper warranty and a 7-year powertrain warranty. So that's I think that's one of the best in the industry right there. And I believe it is 3,000 hours for the 7-year and maybe 2,000 hours for the 3-year. So a good warranty on this tractor. All right, so let's talk about a few other features on this tractor. So right here, it comes standard with R14 tires. So this is kind of a mixture between an ag and an industrial. So that's a pretty nice tire. I know a lot of people that spend a little bit more money to go get these. But if you want regular industrial, if you want R4s or you want R1 ags, they do have those available. So you can get those for this tractor. The loader lift capacity on this tractor is at full height at the pivot points is 1,411 pounds. The rear lift capacity on the 3-point is 1,323 pounds. So that's at the ball ends. So you'll lose a little bit the further you go out, loader and at the rear. So this is, for a 25 horsepower tractor, this is right in that range of really good, right? You're getting over 1,000 pounds of lift capacity on the loader, and you're getting 1,300, you're getting over 1,000 on the rear. So if you're interested in this tractor, it's supposed to come out in March of 2026. And again, it's the H24 Premium. So this is the premium model of the current 24 horsepower tractor that they have. And it seems pretty nice. It's feature rich. There's a lot of great features on this tractor, and what I'm being told is going to come in, I believe, right under $19,000. Now this is we're in October of 2025. This is supposed to come out in March of 2026. So if you're seeing this later than that, prices may have changed, right? But I believe right under $19,000 is what the MSRP on this tractor is going to be right out of the gate. So for someone who's got a small property who really would like a tractor but can't spend the money on the big expensive paint jobs, I really think there's a lot of good here, and I really think this would be a very beneficial product for you to look at. I think there's going to be a lot of things on here you're going to like, and it's really going to be a good fit for you. Well, that's about it. I really appreciate y'all watching, and Lord willing, I'll see y'all on the next one.
Looking at my chest.
Yeah. Now it's recording.
Oh. Controlling it all with your phone?
I am.